Disclaimer: I am not medically trained to give health advice whatsoever. The placebo effect. We all know about it. It is a pretty cool concept. The fact that you can get better from just taking a sugar pill is unreal, but only little research has been made on it. However, this is what we do know about the possible benefits. It helps reduce pain, it helps reduce stress, it helps reduce fatigue, it helps reduce nausea, and regulates endorphin and dopamine levels, which can be used as a stimulant or depressant depending on the approach of the placebo. So if you have the idea the placebo effect is nothing but BS, I hope this video opens your mind a little bit more. Now, I don't blame you if you think that placebos don't work, as placebos have not been known to cure illnesses, only reduce some effects like mentioned above. To add to the point of disbelief, we can start to realize that we have things like ibuprofen and other drugs that help us reduce all of the mentioned symptoms. At some point, you do have to ask yourself, is the placebo just worthless? Is it only good when there is no proper medication for a certain condition? Well, perhaps. But I believe that this is the wrong angle to take on this issue. I think that there is a much more practical level to the placebo effect that is not talked about enough. Let me start with a study. You see, there was a study where some lifters were promised the use of steroids to those who made the most progress in the first 7 weeks of training. In reality, these were not going to be steroids, just a placebo. But the lifters did not know that. The steroids were going to be allowed in use for the last 4 weeks of training to see the progress differences. So in the first 7 weeks without the steroids, their squats increased on an average of 5.8 pounds a week, an average increase of 10 pounds in their bench press, and a 1.6 pound average increase in their military press. At the end of week 7, steroids were given, but not to those who earned them. The steroids were given to randomized lifters to avoid any skews on the data. However, the results were still amazing. After taking the steroids, this small group of lifters on average increased their squat with 41.8 pounds. There was an average increase of 29.3 pounds in their bench press and an average increase of 16.7 pounds in their military press. Those results are insane from just a simple placebo. This example is here to try to open your eyes to what a placebo could be. Not only is it just for erasing pain or nausea, but it can be turned into an enhancement of daily life without taking serious side effects from the real drugs. I mean, think about it. If you work out, how nice would it be to improve your gains with at least 10 times the multiplier? Imagine the progress you can make in fewer weeks with just a placebo. But we have to look onto why the steroids might have worked. I have a personal hypothesis. The placebo has shown to reduce pain, reduce fatigue, reduce stress, and increase endorphins and dopamine levels. In other words, in this example, the person taking the placebo will feel less fatigue during their resting periods, have more motivation to work out, have less pain while doing the exercises, and reduce stress on the body from the workouts. The combination alone is a killer at the gym. But why stop there? Can we not take this combination of less stress, less fatigue, less pain, and an increase in motivation to other things in life? Here are some ideas. Your work productivity could be increased due to the reduced fatigue, stress, and pain, which of course can be in the form of mental pain, and to top things off, an extra shot of motivation to do the work. This could change your productivity by God knows how much. So, is this it? Should we all just go onto Amazon and buy our sugar pills and then label them? One for better sleep, one for steroids, another for charisma or productivity? Well, yes and no. Placebos don't work all the time. And no, it is not because you know you are taking a placebo. Placebos have been observed to work even if you know it is a placebo. What I am talking about is the way that the placebo is taken. In other words, the ritual when taking the sugar pill is part of the placebo. You see, the placebo has been shown to work better when administered like a real drug. This means a sort of pseudo prescription, like taking it at certain times, not being able to eat before or after taking it, and on and on. So this is what we do now. If you want results, you need to make the sugar pill seem like it is a real thing and everything that goes into it, including the rituals. I myself will try this for a week at the gym and I will report my performance. But if you want to know why I decided to take cold showers for more than 3 months, watch the video right here. Stay sharp, I will see you on the next one.